I want to go to heaven where there's no pain. Daddy!
There you go. There you go.
When I was 8 years old, Mom suspected I was pregnant. At first, my stomach was just a little swollen. Mom thought it was indigestion. But that night, I suddenly started vomiting. All the symptoms were just like those of a pregnant woman. Dad decided to take me to the hospital at dawn. But overnight, my stomach grew even bigger at the hospital. The doctor gave me a full examination. The results showed everything was normal. The doctor said it was just an allergic reaction. Mom breathed a sigh of relief. But late that night, my screams woke Mom up. She rushed upstairs to find me clutching my stomach, rolling around in bed, sweating profusely from the pain. My agonized expression terrified my parents. They immediately rushed me to the largest hospital in town. After emergency treatment, my condition stabilized quickly. The doctor conducted a thorough examination and explained everything to my parents.
I'm sorry to tell you that there appears to be 100% complete abdominal obstruction.
What is that?
Part of her intestines are twisted off. So I can tell you emphatically that if we don't clear that obstruction right now, your daughter's gonna die. We're gonna need to take her right now. I'm sorry.
Then a nurse entered to prepare for surgery. She took out a 2-meter long tube and informed us she would insert it through my nasal cavity into my stomach. She needed my parents to help hold me still to prevent movement. The painful procedure lasted an entire day. The doctor cut out the knotted section of my intestine. Finally, he regretfully informed my parents. My intestines could no longer function normally. All food would accumulate inside, unable to be digested. Currently, there was no cure for this condition. The only option was to rely on the feeding tube to survive. Just as we were nearly overcome with despair, the doctor mentioned a pediatric specialist in Boston who researched this field and might offer a solution. Mom began frantically emailing hospitals and calling that clinic, but every attempt ended in failure. That day, Mom decided to take me to Boston. At the hospital there, we met this renowned doctor. He was cheerful and witty, chatting with me and easing my fear and anxiety. Yet the examination results were disappointing. The doctor discovered my stomach and intestines were nearly paralyzed. There was still no effective treatment. Then the doctor offered a glimmer of hope, mentioning they developed a new medication that could stimulate my digestion. Perhaps I wouldn't need to rely on the feeding tube anymore, and might even regain a relatively normal life. Mom was incredibly excited, thinking I was finally going to be saved. But the new drug had side effects. It could cause nausea, headaches, and severe arrhythmia, so I'd have to go to the hospital weekly for checkups. Mom plunged back into despair once more.